So the party now finds itself alone in the mine. Well, I suppose they hope they're now alone in the mine. What will follow now is a bit of a sweep up. A loot, a look around, but yeah, there's Devayon lying in a heap. And I suppose you have to say, well done to those skeleton warriors who were pretty instrumental in winning that fight. And when he fell, for some reason the game then decided to tell us that we needed to go to Baldur's Gate without really suggesting why. But I now intend to have a good look around to see if there's any documents, etc. Alwyn is kind of that mix of relief and trepidation. Relief, obviously, that Devayon is now dead, but trepidation about what sequence of events that may now set off. And of course, he was hoping to try to talk to Devayon, who had absolutely no interest in doing that. So, right, let's see what's on Devayon first. Okay, 2 mage robes. That's interesting. Some braces. Spell grease, I think that is. Key to the river plug. So that must be the thing that will flood the mine. Okay. Right, Immerwin. Give that to Zar.
I'm gone.
If I must.
109 gold. He just had a basic quarterstaff. Protection from petrification. Protection from evil. And a shield. Right, let's take these notes and let's have a good old read, because we need some insight into what is going on here. Devayon. As you have probably heard, the iron poison has begun to take effect around the coast. With the majority of iron imports being disrupted by Tazok, almost all of it comes from the tainted source in Nashkel. Okay. So this little conspiracy was taking effect. The Sicilician uprising in Arm has ensured that no forces from that nation will be able to take action against our mercenary forces. However, the Flaming Fist has caught several of the Black Talon mercenaries. All of those captured have claimed allegiance with the Zentarim, and have thus shifted any suspicion away from the Iron Throne. I have sent Tranzig to work with the mercenaries in transporting the iron to your base in Cloakwood. He has brought several bags of holding so that he alone will make trips into Cloakwood, thereby lessening the chance that the Flaming Fist trackers might find your stronghold. Realtar in Tarsak 1368. So this is a much earlier note, I would have thought, than the current sequence of events where we have not only taken out the Nashkel mine from the workings of the Iron Throne, but also destroyed the leader of the Black Talon mercenaries when we disrupted the bandit camp, and also killed Tranzig. So you can see that what... And now we have obviously taken out the Cloakwood mine, so you can see what Alwyn's done is more or less completely put pay to this conspiracy, which I think will be worrying to Alwyn. And we know that the Iron Throne were targeting Alwyn before Alwyn even knew about this conspiracy, because we now know that the first assassin that was trying to take out Alwyn at the Friendly Arm was hired by the Iron Throne, or I think the game makes it seem like it's almost certain that they were. So they dragged Alwyn into this. I suppose the question is why. So that's Realtar, and we don't know who that is. I don't think that name's come up before, has it? It may have done. It may have done. I can't remember. He's obviously quite high up in the Iron Throne. And so this Zentarim thing, which we have, this Zentarim explanation for all of this, which we have heard before in this game, it is a cover story. So the Iron Throne is something quite different. Vayan, I have received your request for extra slaves. They will be sent as soon as possible. Events go well in Baldur's Gate. We have purchased one of the Western Noble Estates to use as our base of operations. Okay. This is why, presumably, we are now being sent to Baldur's Gate, because the game did not make that clear at all. It just said, now you must go to Baldur's Gate, and I'm not going to tell you why. It is an ancient building, most likely constructed before the erection of the Second Wall. Its construction makes it very defensible against those who would thieve it. Remember to ask Yeslik if he enjoys his new accommodations. Okay, so this is 3 years ago or so. I'm not sure of my Forgotten Realms calendar, but it's Alturiac 1365. But we can say that it's at least 3 years ago from now. So this is just the establishing of this conspiracy. So this has been a long time in the making, by the looks of it. And Alwyn has just simply just ripped it all up, hasn't he? They are not going to be pleased, and Alwyn realises that. Devayon, our plans go smoothly. Seravok, there's that name again, has arrived from our headquarters in Audulin. He brings news from our superiors. Superiors? They are pleased with our progress so far. I plan to place Seravok as the commander of our mercenary forces in the region. He has already sent his subordinate Tazok to the Wood of Sharp Teeth to take command of the forces located there. Things go apace here in Baldur's Gate. We have placed our first agent among the ranks of the Seven Sons Trading Costa. Okay, so this is 1367, so this is a year ago. Seravok has been in place as the leader, basically, of the Iron Throne lackeys for a year or so. So Rialtar is obviously above him. And so just some correspondence keeping Devayon up to speed. So the most recent one was more or less where we found ourselves at the start of the game. Or just before the start of the game. Which is interesting, and I wonder if that's got anything to do with why Gorion felt he had to leave Candlekeep. Well, I suppose it's almost certain, given that we know that the assassins were after Alwyn. Yes, right. That's interesting. And does at least explain why we need to go to Baldur's Gate, rather than just saying, now it's time to go to Baldur's Gate, because as a game we feel that this is the appropriate time to go. Now, the problem is, I'm worried that this place is booby-trapped to the nines. Not only that, but Imoen can't get in the chests. Right. Well, let's just make our way through. As for what we do next, well, clearly, there's going to be a period where I'm going to have to take you away. Okay. I must congratulate you on your restraint, gracious creature of darkness. Compliments, yes, plenty of compliments will accomplish the task. Vicania, I am unsure of what you intend to say, wizard. Speak, and do not waste my time. It is clear to all those with intelligence above that of a rotting log that a woman of greatly refined taste could see no better choice of companion than me, when surrounded with such pitiful examples of men. I find your delay in taking action most charming, and yet I wish to set your mind at ease. Believe me, Jellic, I've suffered no concern over any lack of interest on your part. If anything, you appear to me over-eager. I am not an easy man to sway, but your charm and elegance could not go unnoticed. Therefore, I am at your every whim. How might I please you, my ebony embodiment of beauty? Oh, God. You wish to please, then turn around and walk far away from me, as briskly as your insufferably bright garb allows you. Another skillful tactic, but I shall persevere. Very well for now, but I shall stay around, for your better judgment is bound to intervene. Any moment now. Oh, Edwin. Yeah. You just step away there, Viconia, I think.
What you want?
Edwin's overtures towards you are less than subtle. No, that's not happening, is it? What's this place? Like a little, almost could be like a little sauna with two little towels hanging up on the wall. Right. It's a bit of a shame we can't get in those chests. It really is. You do think in a place like this there would be
as you will.
Something very, very good indeed to be had in there. Right, what is going on? Okay, again like a little temple or little mini shrine in his own quarters. Can you get in here, everyone, at least? Have we got a potion of master thievery, Alwyn? No. Doesn't look like it, does it? That's annoying. Very annoying. Oh! Stefan.
As you will.
He's not hostile. He might well be a prisoner, actually. Anyway, let's proceed with caution, just for now. You killed DeVeon? Oh, please don't kill me, please, oh please, I'm just his apprentice, I swear, I don't know anything, okay, I know a little, but I was only a student, honest, I can help you, yeah, I can give you information, ask me something, go on, ask me anything. I think we will ask him for sure. Who are you and what was your role here? I told you, I'm just DeVeon's apprentice, I studied under him, and that's it. I didn't know anything about anything, well, I know a little, but just ask and I'll tell you. Well, just tell us, mate. What was the purpose of this installation? The mine? I think they were going to try to look like the saviours of the day, riding in with their stores of iron to equip the troops or something like that. With the bandit raids and the rumours about arms, the Iron Throne figured the Dukes of Baldur's Gate would think they needed arms and all quickly in case of Armenian attack. They figured they could get exorbitant prices, or better yet, sanctions against competitors and an easing of trade laws for themselves only. A quick way to install themselves as an underground power on the coast. That's all I know about it, I swear. Ah, yes. I think that's what we imagined. That it was a way of strangling the ore in the region to put them in a position of power once they had the only working mine. Very interesting. And they were going to use it to, yeah, as he said, create a seat of power in the region. The iron shortage. Who is behind it? Well, the Iron Throne, I guess. DeVeon ran this place for the regional bosses in Baldur's Gate. They used some strange potion to take the iron already stored. Used Malahai to keep new ore from being mined, and had the bandits raid any incoming trading caravans. It doesn't take long for perceived shortages to embellish real threats. You know all of this if you are the one who killed Malahai. Can I go now? Oh, you already knew that then. Who was DeVeon's superior? Who really gives the orders around here? I don't know, I swear it. All I can say is that the regional leaders of the Iron Throne placed DeVeon here. There are 3 of them, I think. But I don't know their names. DeVeon was getting orders from someone else too. He complained about it a lot. But he never said a name or anything to me. Honest, the main building for the Iron Throne is in Baldur's Gate, somewhere in the southwest of the city. But I've never been there, I tell you true. Can I please go? I think we'll... yeah, get out of my sight, weakling. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I promise not to get involved with people like this again, no matter how good the fringe benefits are. Yes, sir, I'm reasonably sure I will be careful from now on. Thank you, goodbye. Okay. Here's a bit of a... oh, blimey. Don't know why the text is so small. There is bound to be a So he was Stefan Recap, the snivelling apprentice. Right, so yes, we know that the Iron Throne was looking to... oh yes. Blur. Interesting. When a blur spell is cast, the wizard causes the outline of his form to become blurred, shifting and wavering. The distortion causes all missile and melee combat attacks against the caster to be made with -3 penalties. The wizard also gains +1 to all of his saving throws. That's not bad. Not bad for old Alwyn if he wants to get in there with the Warhammer.
With Helm's blessing.
Right. Ah, so I reckon that's a lift out of
As
here.
you will.
Right. This looks a bit ominous, this corridor.
I'm gone.
Let's get the crew up.
As you will. Yeah. Yeah.
Very, very interesting. And of course, the game has done the Iron Shortage quite well with the whole sort of the towns and all the folk that you speak to. Very much building up the picture of the whole story with their... right, let's get in here. Oh! Oh! Okay. What is it? Mustard jelly. Okay. We saw some of these on the way out of the...
My honor is my life.
bullet of electricity. Not sure about that, Baconia. I'll get you to just close it down, Baconia. Edwin, you can magic missile it.
How may I be of assistance? It shall be as you wish. I must.
Immerwin. Some +2 arrows on
My
it.
blade will cut you down to size.
Oh god, it's got magic resistance.
As directed.
Does it have fire resistance? Scorch it, Edwin.
What is it this time? I shall attend to it in a trice. I could do no other. You have but to ask.
Let's give them a right thrashing.
No, it's completely resistant. Oh, Baconia's doing well. It's injured. And now badly injured. We're getting there.
Hardly worth my time.
Yep.
Blimey. Right.
May darkness prevail.
This way.
Everyone, just have a good trap search. Does Alwyn really want to go to Baldur's
May
Gate? That is the question.
darkness prevail.
Oh god.
Call us not.
I'm gone.
Oh, well done, Immerwin. You opened a lock. Absolutely amazing.
Maranatha.
Oops. Right, let's get... Oh, what was that? A diamond, yes. I think they're about 500 gold. I believe. Moon bar gem. The Lirol's tear necklace. Ah. Very good. So, I don't know where Alwyn's at now in terms of his headspace. Mel's Acid Arrow. Ah, level 2 spell. Arrow has no attack or damage bonus but inflicts 2d4 points of acid damage for every 3 levels of the caster. The acid lasts for another round unless somehow dispelled, inflicting another 2d4 points of damage each round. So at the 3rd and 5th level, the acid lasts 2 rounds. At the 6th, 8th level, the acid lasts 3 rounds, and so on. Ah, okay, so this is going to be a good spell for the wizards once they get to level 6. Which isn't that far off for Edwin, look at that. Orzar. Ooh, and level 5 is pretty close for Alwyn. That's excellent, right. Oh, 1,000 gold, that's very useful. And what's this? Knock. Load of protection scrolls and a detect invisibility. Right, what is knock? Ah, brilliant. The Knox Bell opens locked, held, or wizard-locked doors. It opens secret doors as well as locked boxes or chests. It does not raise barred gates or similar impediments. Level 2 spell. Very tempted to get Alwyn to just learn that now. I think I'm going to gamble. Come on, Alwyn. Yes! Remember, Alwyn's got about a 95% chance of learning a spell, so it would have been very unlucky to have not memorised it. If we get 3 knocks and rest,
Helm, give me strength.
then we can open
Helm's
these locks. Let's do that. I'll just quick save it. Oh, bugger.
As you will.
Again you disturb me.
Sleep them, Edwin.
Nah.
Bye. Yeah.
I'm gone.
Okay, this guard is just stunned for some reason. Oh, I think the chromatic orb stunned him. Okay.
Have become death with Helm, destroyer of worlds.
Right, let's try that again.
Tonight you dream of blood. Not of blood on a blade or the blood on your hands, but an ichor that runs as a torrent through the realms. A flood that pours across the fields and forests. An ocean that floats you to the world's edge and threatens to cascade off into the void. This blood seems a frightening thing. A massive force that sweeps away all resistance. As a whole, it is a monster and it cannot be stopped. Were it to be viewed from on high, it would seem to cover the entire world in its red-black embrace. You, however, do not have such a lofty perch. From within the deluge, you can see it does not move as one, but is filled with currents, eddies, and undertows. Pockets of calm afford breathing space, whilst violent whirlpools threaten to rend limb from limb. Ultimately, it seems undirected and lacks a driving will, a quality you have in abundance. You may be caught within, but sufficient determination can shape what you need to survive. There are still options open, still choices to be made. As the tide presses forward, you steer as you wish, atop a ship called Persistence and under sails made of resolve. A sudden and deliberate wave puts an end to your course and to the dream. It would seem that the flood does have some will and took offense to your enjoying the ride.
Okay. Well, no time to reflect on that, is there?
I've done had enough of this.
Alwyn, just bring that one down for assistance.
For the
My
glory of
blade
hell!
will cut you down to size.
Right. I'll have one more go at resting. It's just not happening, is it? Right. Let's not worry about it for now.
Ulsa?
For the glory of Helm!
Ajantis with a big 20 hit on that guard. Oh yes, right. So,
I've done had enough of this.
make sure we've emptied these.
My honor. Yeah!
More strange dreams. But an interesting one. One which Alwyn... which was quite optimistic. At the end it was a bit cheesy, wasn't it? It was almost like something your boss would say at a big team meeting. If we can sail on a ship called Persistence with sails of endurance or whatever it was, with sails of resilience, then we can steer through these troubled times, you know, something like that though. Yes, anyway. Now we can go back that way. Do we pick up this plate armor? We'll take it for now. I think what we need to
As
do
you
is
will.
go back through here.
With Helm's, I will not stand by while this party descends into depravity.
We need to collect loot. I'll tell you what, I'll bring you back once I've got back there. But yeah, that dream, I suppose, it sort of suggested that this is a very chaotic time. Or Alwyn has got a very chaotic mind. But there are ways he can shape his future. There are... it may seem like a big torrent of... you know, an unstoppable tsunami of bloodshed and violence, but actually he has got the ability to... oh, hello, what's this? He has got the ability to sort of plot a course that would give him some choice, some freedom. And yes, as I say, that message is actually quite optimistic. Just hang on, let's just... oh, come on, Imowen.
Something hardly worth my time.
I can hear flies.
I've done had enough of this.
Dead body. Eee. Lots of dead bodies. Right, let's bring the crew in. Actually,
Jalcales?
bless this party. Don't like the look of this.
With Helm's blessing.
Ah, right. Ogre Mage? Where? So, you have come to look at my handiwork. Rather impressive, ain't it? The guy to the left of me screamed quite a while before he finally expired. Ha 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 ha. Creepy. I hope we never end up being tortured like that. We've been given orders that you are to release the prisoners. Please do so now. I don't think you've got any such orders. No. I don't think you're not... I think you're not even supposed to be here. Right. Well, we know it's an ogre mage. Whoa.
I'm gone.
Quickly, everyone. Knock him out, Alwyn. Edwin, minor drain him. Zar. Minor drain him.
What you want? This way.
Everyone stab him in the back. Thank you.
Hell yeah!
How enticing these bodies look, like candied fruits in a cake. Alwyn. How observant, and the blood is just like jam.
Now, Nartha.
You have but to ask.
Oh, hello. Flame arrow. Garnet gem. Zyos gem.
I know dragons with feet like rabbits. 'Tis true, I swear.
Flame arrow, we've already got that unfortunately, so it's not too exciting. Zyos gem is a name given by sages to a particular facet grade of variety of zyosite, a rare mineral that yields cut stones that flash three vivid hues depending on how the light catches them: purple, blue and red, or purple, green and red. Very large, fist or foot sized gems are prized for use in pendants and brooches. You know what that is, Alwyn? Katana +1. You know what these mage robes are, Alwyn? No. And do you know what these braces are? No. Very good. Okay.
With Helm's blessing.
Actually, have we looked at everything here? Yeah. Right, I'll bring you back once we're going to go over here and do some inventory sorting. Well, I'll just bring you back in here because our room has been repopulated with enemies. And what I should have said is after that dream, like a lot of the dreams, Alwyn's been given a special ability which is slow poison. Forgot to say that. So, let's go over to Ajantis, who's struggling a bit here. Get some reinforcements, shall we?
For the glory of Helm!
Right.
Now, Nartha.
Good. Okay. So we're going to essentially take what we can. I'll bring you back. Right, we're back. Well, we're not in the mines anymore, quite clearly. We're in Feldpost Sin. We've got everything that we can possibly carry, and now it's time to kind of offload, and that's the kind of culmination of a very long
With
slog.
Helm's blessing.
I think Cloakwood must have been about 6 to 9 areas all in, with the various levels of the mines as well, and it was a real slog for Alwyn, and well, for me as a player as well, really. Some of the areas were a little bit... well, it just felt like stuff to kind of draw it out, really. Some of the areas were quite good, some were a little bit lacking in interest. And it just felt like a long extension of, I suppose, just to give a sense of having to slog through this impenetrable forest to finally get the baddie in the end. But yeah, I think the mines bit was pretty good actually, quite challenging. Obviously, it wiped out nearly half the party, and that's something which Alwyn is very much in Alwyn's mind. As it happens, the fight at the end wasn't too bad. Alwyn got his tactics spot on there. So that was positive from Alwyn's point of view. But oh, we've got a diamond in here. 500 gold. Thank you very much. Moonbar gem. Leryl's tear necklace. 3,000 gold for what? It's not a quest item, is it? No, it just says a necklace and it's not unidentified. It doesn't even have its own description, despite being worth 3 grand. That's ridiculous, really, isn't it? There we go. Well, that's amazing. 2 garnet gems, bloodstone ring. Zio's gem is 30, so that's nearly 4,200 gold. That's not a bad bit of loot. I can't remember where we got the tear necklace from. I don't know if it was from that ogre mage or just from one of Devaon's chests. But thank you very much, is the operative word there. Right, dispel magic, we'll definitely keep that. We can't identify any of this stuff. He doesn't want the katana either, that's annoying. The wyvern head, 300 gold. They've gone down in value. I might just hold on to them just for a minute, because we are going to go to the high hedge, and that guy seems to buy anything, so I might hold on to them until then. Alwyn's got a load of identify scrolls ready to memorise. We're going to rest now. But the party is going to have to go back to the mines because A, we want to flood it, and B, well, Alwyn wants to flood it. I think he would see that as the kind of final denouement of the whole adventure. And he's pretty much conceded now that he must be enemy number 1 for the Iron Throne. And not a lot's going to change that now, so he might as well kind of put it down to commission, I suppose, for the, they may seek to reopen the mine, so this would sort of do it over once and for all. Is there anything else to do here? I think certainly some drinks are in order. Oh yeah, this place for some reason just has wine on the menu. I don't know what Evermead is. I presume it's mead based. I've actually drunk mead before, I don't know if I've said this. And I wasn't really that much of a fan. It's obviously a honey based ale. And yeah, just not... As you can imagine, it's quite sweet. And it just has a quality to it which is slightly... I want to say sort of gastric, if you know what I mean. A little bit stomach acidy. Maybe I just had a bad mead, but no, it's not got the kind of hoppiness that I like from a beer, and I shan't be having it. Well, I might try it again. I think sometimes you've got to persevere with these things. When I had my first taste of whiskey, I wasn't exactly bowled over. Right, anyway. Let's have a rest. And I think the Royal. as Ajantis is low on health. And then it's back to the mines. I'll probably skip a lot of that though, because, you know, frankly we're going over old steps, but, you know, if we open a box and there's something exciting in there, then I'll bring you back in for that. 20 Flame Rule, 1368. The party could talk of nothing else. The Iron Throne, the conspiracy, Baldur's Gate. Ajantis seemed more conflicted and sat in the inn on his own mostly, crossing his fingers and squeezing and releasing his hands, squeezing and releasing. I talked to him. He is proud to have bested the mines, yes, and it was his arrow which dealt Deveon's fatal puncture, but he is struggling being in this party. In truth, I am struggling with him too. His critical eye does not relent. I suggest he should depart once again, and he is more accepting this time. In many ways, he is this group's protector and irreplaceable, but his leaving lifts a weight. Before he turned to go, he put a hand on my shoulder. "May Helm be at your side and guide your path," he said, which was a curious thing to say, given that we both knew that Helm probably wouldn't. I suppose it's just one of those things paladins feel like they should say. But if Ajantis leaving is a relief, the future seems more inescapable. My dreams of violence are not much more bloody than the reality. What happens next? Probably more of the same. It seems unavoidable, and the choice seems to be to fight or face death, which is no choice at all. Or is it? Is life getting easier? Imoen says to me. And of course, it is. I do not shake like I used to. My nerves less shattered. My hands calloused. My heart steadier. Childhood ended 78 days ago when I left Candlekeep. I mourn that loss every day, but I have grown up fast. Right, we are back minus Ajantis, as you may have gathered from the diary entry. So, Alwyn's just going to identify some stuff. Well, these will do. These mage robes. Traveller's robe, armour class 1. Already got one of those. Is that better than... That's much better than what Zar has got. We are in a massive state of having too much stuff here. Right. Where's that gone? Maybe I'll do the inventory sorting afterwards. Let's just identify some stuff. Right, this is another mage robe. Robe of the Evil Archmagi. Wow. Was this on Deveon? Probably. This powerful mage robe offers protection from all forms of physical attack, while at the same time increasing one's magic resistance and saving throws. Due to the nature of its enchantment, it can only be worn by wizards of evil alignment. Wow, wow, wow. Armor class 5, saving throws plus 1, magic. That is a good robe. Wow, that turns Edwin's armor class from 10 to 5. That's rather impressive. I think I'm going to give that to Zar, actually, because his armor class is worse anyway. Wow, that's an incredible robe. I bet that's worth a lot. Blimey. Okay. Right. I thought those robes were just going to be the kind of... yeah, traveller's robe. That's a good robe, but... what's... Knave robe, yeah. Get that on. Okay, what else could you identify, Mr. Alwyn? Do you want to identify this spear? I think we found this in a chest. spear +1. Okay. Right, I need to do some inventory sorting, then we're going to go to High Hedge and sell. Right, we're now at High Hedge. It was rather a pain having to cart all of that stuff with just this crew. I had to turn Zara into a wolf for the extra carrying capacity. But look at the value of these wyvern heads, 500 each. Definitely did well to keep hold of them before we got to, instead of selling them for 300 each at the Felder Post Inn. That's great, 2,000 gold for that. We're going to just identify as well. I'm not going to cart all this stuff around. Let's identify this studded leather. Hey. Oh, it's studded leather +1. Okay, and this plate mail? Ooh. Falorian's plate. Captain Falorian, leader of Kalamshan's 12th Cavalry Brigade, wore this enchanted armour for the last time during the Battle of the Spider Swamp. There he lost his life and army trying to rid an unrecorded evil from the area. Huh. Well, how about that? So essentially, it's the same as full plate because it's +1, is that right? So armour class 2, that is armour class 1. Oh no, it's not. Well, no one can wear it anyway, because it requires... Ooh, yeah, it requires 11 strength. Full plate armour requires 15 strength. Sorry, just hang on. Right, so let's identify this protection scroll. Protection from fire. A cursed scroll. Protection from undead. Immune to all physical attacks by undead creatures. Well, that's pretty good, isn't it? The protection from fire isn't that great because it's just 50%, but I suppose it's better than not having it. This wand, that's a wand of fear, isn't it? Yes. This shield, small shield +1. Okay, lovely, lovely. Anything else that we need to identify? This mage robe, please. Traveller's robe. Do the braces. Braces defense AC 6. Braces to the death. These braces were held for decades by an undefeated gladiator and found extensive use in arena combat. The death of this champion marked the disappearance of this magical item, but rumours persist that they are used to this day in competitive combat across the lands. Well, we will be using those, absolutely. That's brilliant. I'm sure someone will be able to make good use of those. Oh, what? Got all this armour now that Ajantis isn't here, honestly. Right. And it's heavy as well, that's a problem. Probably should have left it behind in my special lockup in Beregost, really. There we go. Right, that's everything, I think. So, let's sell. So... Oh, I've taken the Mel's Acid Arrow, that's an error. Wand of Fear, I will keep that actually, that's useful. Small shield +1 will sell. Mage Robe of Fire Resistance will sell. Morning Star +1 we will sell. Traveller's Robe. And our gem. Oh, got the Dispel Magic as well. Oh, I didn't do a very good job of dumping stuff off. Right, Spear +1, Traveller's Robe, Katana +1. Traveller's Robe. 1,500 gold for that. I'll sell the studded leather. I think I'll keep that armour for now because you never know. Ajantis, well, he may come back. I think it's pretty final, but he may do. I mean, let's face it, Ajantis has done a sterling job for this party. He's just, Alwyn can't cope with his continuous berating of their moral fortitude. So that's that really. Have you seen, by the way, Tsar's cloak?
Hardly worth my time.
Robe looks absolutely awesome, doesn't it? Right. So Senses of the Cat. I think we'll have that on Baconia. Some lovely missile bonus, which is always good for the head of the party. Shame she can't wear that great armour. She really does need an armour boost. So these braces, look at that, if they go on him. Hold on, what braces has Alwyn got? AC8. If he wears these. Wow, his armour class goes down to -1. What does it do to Viconia? Nothing. So really, it's definitely an Alwyn pair of braces, that. Especially now we haven't got a frontline fighter. He's -1 without his little armour thing on, so that's great. Imoen, do you... Oh, she's got the... That doesn't do anything for her armour class anyway. Yeah, that's a good little improvement. Two armour class extra for Edwin. And can you wear this, Tsar? Yeah, look at that. Tsar's on 2 now. Brilliant. Oh, hold on. If he wears those, even better. And Tsar, can you wear these to any effect? No. So these are actually pretty redundant now, aren't they? Yeah. Might sell the AC8 braces.
You're a queer fellow. This way.
How much are they worth? 1,500. Oof. So quite expensive to buy back if we ever needed to. Might keep them for now. Since we don't know... I think Alwyn will definitely be on the lookout for a 5th party member. But look at that gold situation. 14,000. Nearly getting on for 15,000 gold.
Darkness prevail.
Quite incredible. Right. Back to the mines. Well, we're on our way back to the mines, but of course we met this guy on the way. Corran, who looked like he wanted to join our party. We couldn't at the time for obvious reasons, but as we're going this way, let's have a little chat to him. I think he suggested that he had a money-making scheme.
Yes?
Perhaps you've changed your minds about my offer from before. Come now, it would be quite the adventure. Okay, what do you have to say? Good, I'm glad you're smart enough to recognise opportunity when it comes knocking. The deal is this. I've been hired out by the Mayor of Beragos to hunt down a great winged dragon that's been plaguing the caravan routes. Okay, that's Keldath Ormler, isn't he? He's the same guy who put some money up for Basilis. He's offered 2,000 gold for its head. Ah! Does he mean a wyvern? Now, before you get cold feet, let me allay your fears. The only descriptions of the beast have always mentioned its deadly barbed tail. From what I know about dragons, they don't have barbs on their tails. That's something unique to wyverns. Ah, yes. So all we have to do is find this wyvern's nest and kill it. Our only worries are if it has friends over for dinner. So, what is your decision, yay or nay? It's yay, Corran. If you'll join the group. Very well then. We shouldn't tarry any longer. Let's collect the heads of those soon-to-be sorry wyverns. Okay, and we get 27 gold. And Corran has levelled up instantly. Right, I've heard that when a party member joins in the enhanced edition, they don't have all of their levels, which gives you some flexibility on how they are. Oh, so what is Corran? Which gives you some flexibility on how they progress. So he's got 16,000 in each level. That's less than old Alwyn. So he's at the moment he's only level 3, which is quite low. But he's a fighter thief. Okay. And his open locks is rather good, isn't it? He's not a very good trap finder. That's okay. That's okay. So what is he? So he's got 24 hit points. That's not great, but he's about to level up. He's got good strength, amazing dexterity, 12 constitution, that's just okay. Intelligence is quite good and fairly charismatic. Well, he could be a good replacement for Ajantis, actually. He can backstab. Longsword, 2 pips. Longbow, 3 pips. And he's got some good armor class as well, so he must be really good at... Yeah, his armor class is 4, just with some leather armor. Oh, we've got armor. He can wear armor. So all he's got is longsword proficiency. And look at that, Thaco 10, just with a standard longbow. Wow. Actually, have we've still got the yeah, we're still right. Let's see what happens then. Okay, Thaco 8 with that. That's brilliant. He's a quality archer. Now, what can we do to boost him up? Get rid of that. So he can't... Oh, he can't wear the full plate. Requires 15 strength. This requires only 11, so he can wear that. Get -2. Does that... Yeah, that knocks out his thieving ability, though. So that's not good, but it does mean he is... Right, we need to boost up his... Oh, okay, that stops that. So, okay, well, we've already got a bit of a problem. In that he's not really a frontliner. In any sense of the word.
My new responsibility will be a great deal of fun.
Right, let's level him up. Okay, so no proficiency slots to be gained. But 50 skills. Now, what do we want? I actually think open locks would be pretty useful. Get that well up there. Get that to 100. Get that to 90. 5. We'll hide him in shadows. Yeah. So we should be pretty good at hiding in shadows. Well, alright, maybe not that good. Okay. Well, oh, we need a helmet for him as well. Never mind, we haven't got that. But...
Great peril yields great beauty.
but what an archer.
What is your bidding?
I must rest.
Wherever fate takes me.
Also, he's really fast. What has he got in his... he won't be able to set any decent traps.
I'll be much more agreeable with rest.
So he's like level 5 and level 5 now. 36 hit points. Well, he's nearly the strongest member of the group. Armor class isn't great at all, but, well...
Could we cease the incessant noise?
Yes. Great peril yields great beauty.
Right, people are getting tired. Let's have a little rest. Okay. Right, let's get out of here, and I'll see you at the mines. With Corin. Right, we're on our way back to the mines. Coran has just piped up. Just another cold body, but what a body. Makes me feel sad to see such magnificence going to waste. And an oddball, too. Why not hurl lightning and fireballs at me once I've spoken to her and made for the exit, like every other woman? That way nobody gets hurt, unless the furniture in the room has sentimental value. Don't understand this, really.
Wherever fate
I don't know if that's something prompted by this level, which I've since forgotten about, but That was slightly odd. I can't remember if there's any chests in here that I couldn't open. There's some chests there. Could I open them? I think we did have trouble opening these, actually. I'll bring you back if there's anything like that. Right, let's see Karan in action. There's a hobgoblin. There you go, look. Karan's battle cry is a whistle, which is rather fun. Ah, right, here we go. Now it's time to test out Karan's... Yes, there we go, 112 gold and a gem. So his lockpicking is rather good. Right, we have found a wyvern head in the actual chest of stuff that we left behind. So Karan said, now we must take the beast's head and bring it to the Temple of Mourning in Beregost. It is there that we can receive our reward. So, we've got 2 grand coming our way, and I think that's holding the wyvern's dead head in his outstretched hand. Oh, he's strong. Alas, poor wyvern, with no flesh upon her bones, lives not the wyvern's life, but brings us coin. Is she not a beauty? Now, Corin, we do not even know if it was a female wyvern. Actually we do. Look at the shape of the skull. It was definitely a female. How would a thief know things like this? I would rather expect it coming from a druid's or a ranger's mouth. Now you have hurt my feelings. Do you think that my interests are limited to locks, pockets, traps and chests? I don't know about 1. I'm so sorry, Karan. I see now that phrenology is an absolutely vital sphere of knowledge for you. That is as much as I want to know about you, at least for now. Laughs. Meaning that it is absolutely useless? Of course, but people need something in their lives besides their work. Well, quite right, Corin, I can't argue with that is for sure. Right.
Wherever fate takes me.
Okay, Viconia is completely encumbered. Karan's inventory is already full. Lovely, right. I think... plate mail, can we really haul that back? I think we might have to leave that, to be honest. I think we're going to leave it here, and we'll have a look at some... Take some bullets. We'll have a look at some more stuff next time. But until then, I'll bid you farewell.